Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Backpack Trader Training Room Crude Oil Inventory Report for Wednesday, November 26, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. Right, this will be our last session today and our last session this week. Tomorrow, obviously, is a holiday in the U.S. Crude did stop out of the short trade just moments ago, so we don't have to. That was going to be one of the first things I did was close out. Have you make sure those positions were all closed out before the report. Unleaded in earlier long. We'll wait for a new setup there, as is the pound, or as is the Spotlight 377 tick crude chart in a long. We'll look for new setups on both of those after the report. Report's due out in under 3 minutes, and we'll wait 2 minutes after that. Start looking for trades at 10:32. See what happens. Trend strength has dropped down through the floor on crude. Crude has been going sideways most of the morning. Not too surprising on a beige book release day, as well as the last day before holiday, last trading day before the holiday. Where do we go from here? All right. Minute 10 before the report. Nothing much to do at this point. All right, there's the report. All right, so bottom of the reaction range is there. Sets up a new short. Definitely want to see a new setup there. Don't want to take that one off just off the reaction. Actually, top of the reaction range is about there. Mark up this new trade just in case. I mean, I'm not looking to get in sync with that. Unleaded picked up a short that stopped out. And no, we're still in the original long trade on the 377 tick counterpunch crude chart. Spotlight is in that short trade. I'm not going to get involved in that one. That one is strictly a reaction trade. That move started just a minute or two before the report. Bouncing off the 50 EMA. That I will take as an increase in the reaction range. And we are in our time to take trades. I'm going to look for a new setup. I'm not going to take that setup. That's definitely a reaction trade. Unleaded gone too far on the long side. We have a short trade on 377 tick. Money management is just a tick from target 2. Nice trade on unleaded. Unfortunately, it's a little too early. 10:31.24. All right. Short trade cancels on the 377. Still nothing new on unleaded or spotlight crude. That is the full crude contract. Crude looking like it kind of wants to go up, but not able to get meaningfully away from the $58 mark. Seems like a very slow drift upward. Here's a new set of exhaustion dots. Yeah, that should have been a should have been another purple trade, I think. Oh well. Long exhaustion dots. I'm gonna turn on add-ons just to make sure the add-ons are turned on. We're actually in a system's in a long trade. I'm back early. Okay. Let's, yeah, show add-ons is on. I just want to be sure. But not getting that either. So. Unleaded still in the long. It was too early. Unleaded to new session highs. $58.29. Ooh. Yeah, really tight range this morning on crude. 57.66 to 58.29. Just 63 cents. Pretty much all of that range came in one move around the London Open, between the London Open and the Frankfurt Open, 2 to 3 o'clock this morning, 2 to 3:30 this morning. Crude's still going pretty much sideways. There's a short trade, almost the same as the last one. This time we're going to target 3. Stop is actually a little smaller trade. We're actually going to end up with just as good a reward. Actually, not a bad setup. Below the 200 if we can get there. Unleaded stopping out on the trailer. So we'll look for a new setup there as well. Yep, we've got a very slight overbought readings, so we could get a short. 81.69, 81.49. Okay, 81.44 would be the entry, I believe. Right, should be right there. There it is. All right, sticking around there long enough to get in. So unleaded is short. Short trade still valid on the 377 tick counterpunch. Unable to get down through the 200 so far. It's in between the moving averages. I'm trying to break out above now. 58K. Yeah. Trend indicator and the 50 both right above $58. Going down, testing the 200 again. Looks like it got down to 94 maybe. No, 95. And there we do enter the short on the 377 tick. A short on unleaded, short on the 377. That's still a reaction trade that I'm not going to take. No, nothing new on Spotlight. That's an add-on trade. Oh no, wait a minute. Now we had the original short canceled, so we're not short. This is a new short setup on the 377. Using target 2. And I got those backwards. Not triggered into the short yet. That's one close above. We closed on the balance line once. One more close above will cancel the short. $377 got well below the 200. Now coming back up to it. Spotlight at the 200. Unleaded, just testing the 50, still working and testing the 50 EMA. All right. Where do we head from here? All right, we did. Nope. Short trade cancels. Short trade canceled out again. So unleaded is the only chart that has a trade on. That unleaded is short. And we're seeing an up move. Yeah, holiday and a beige book both combining to really make for a slow day. Now, unleaded still trying to make it down to money management. No trades anywhere else. Spotlight still tracking the short that set up right off the report release. Not much of anything going on. Now we're almost at 11 o'clock. Unleaded is back almost to the entry. Still below the 50 EMA, so that's positive. We hadn't got any new setups on Spotlight Crude. All right, on Crude in general, Spotlight or Counterpunch. By 11 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning. Crude is definitely going sideways, and I would expect unleaded to do the same. So we would be here a while watching that trade do not much of anything. We will see. We're just about done. This will be the last session for this week. Holiday tomorrow. So I will see everybody back Tuesday morning at 9:30. All right. It's 11 o'clock. We're still hanging around right at the 50 EMA and just below the entry on unleaded. And we've had no trades on either crude chart. So I am going to call it a morning. Kind of suspected we might have this beige book in the day before a holiday. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving, great weekend, and we will see you next week, Tuesday at 9:30. Everybody have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.